A man enjoying sunset on the open water. The setting is carefree, even peaceful. This is a postcard, a calendar, maybe even a movie poster. But don't let that mislead you. What you see before you is me on a battleground. I am a warrior, fighting for the most important thing of all, my destiny. That's my girlfriend, Hannah. We've been dating for 2 years now. I'll never forget the night we met. I was still just a pledge at Pike, my fraternity. It was just another night at the house. We were having a mixer with Kappa Kappa Gamma. And that's when I saw her from across the room. My boys told me I wouldn't go dance with her, so naturally I went. And our eyes locked, and time stood still. We grinded the night away. How's your Arby's sandwich, Hannah?
It's good, Nick.
Do you mind if I, have a bite?
Okay.
Wow. Oh, yum. That is really yum. The mayonnaise? Wow. Okay, now you have to try mine.
Okay.
And once again, time stood still. This was the moment I'd been waiting for. As her teeth sunk into Arby's premium, all-natural roast beef, I couldn't help but smile. Here at my favorite place, surrounded by my favorite people, I was about to be the happiest man in the world, to have everything I ever wanted come true. Hannah, she was the one.
Hannah, I know we've only been dating for 2 years, but I know that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I know we're going to graduate. I know we don't know what's ahead, but Hannah Brewster Moore, will you marry me?
Nick,
It's like we planned. The dog in the backyard, the house in Manlius, me slaving away at my 9-to-5 at Pyramid. The dream, Hannah. We can have the dream. Can you kiss me?
No, Nick, I was gonna break up with you today.
God damn! That's impossible. Our plans.
Nick, they were your plans, okay? Like, it's been fun, but we're two different people. Like, you fucking asked me to marry you in a food court.
This is our special place, Hannah. This is where we had our first date. This is where we had our second date. This is where we had all of our dates.
God, there's more to Syracuse than this mall, okay? There's more to life.
Where else can you buy a new coat at the Burlington Coat Factory and then grab a bite to eat at Popeyes? Where else can you go laser tagging and go-kart racing and fulfill your need for curiosity at Wonderworks? Where else, Hannah? There's no place like it in the world.
That's right.
I can't do this. I'm sorry, Nick, I'm sorry.
tough break, dude.
Yeah, babe. I hope it never happens to us.
Oh, babe.
This is Zahan and Kay. They're my crew. And in case you can't tell, they're dating.
Yeah, I guess this isn't exactly what you guys wanted. I'm sorry.
Hey Nick, I hate to say this, but this is way better. And that's me, Caleb Rudge, aspiring documentarian. I asked Nick if we could film his proposal for our documentary film class. And this is where things get, well, you'll see. I mean, if she had said yes, it would have been boring.
Well, it's not over yet.
It's not?
Nope. I'm gonna get her back. I'm gonna find out why she doesn't like the mall, and I'm gonna prove that she's wrong.
Well, Nick, we only have the equipment till sunset, so think you can get her back?
No problem. Keep rolling. I'm gonna take you guys on a tour of the greatest place in America, Destiny, USA. Hit it! Destiny USA has 230 stores. The mall employs 5,000 people. More than 1 million pounds of waste were composted since June of 2012. True dedication to the environment. That's what Destiny USA is about. 4.5 Kremlins can fit inside of here. Yeah, take that, commies. 26.5 million people visited here last year alone. This is the mall's ropes course. Back when I was 100 pounds overweight, the ropes course is what got me back in shape. I used to come here 3 times a day during my mall walks. Of course, my golden gem is gonna have to be Arby's. This place, it's fantastic. The roast beef is phenomenal. I mean, when you go to Arby's, you're getting like first class dining. One of the best things about Destiny USA is there's always a water fountain nearby, or anything really that I would ever need. Go-karts! You can go up to 40 miles an hour on one of these babies. Whoa! This is probably my favorite game, Warzone. It's been around for a while, ever since I was a kid. Basically shoot people. It's cool. Oh, and here we're at one of my favorite Italian restaurants, Sparrow's. Sparrow's is great for the casual slice of pizza. Maybe you want a little pasta, maybe some stromboli.
Although Nick was confident that he could convey the Destiny USA experience, he had to admit, no one could do it better than Destiny USA.
It began as a thought that turned into an idea, and an idea that transformed into a dream. Sometimes that's how it happens. In a single moment, a breath, you believe, and in the blink of an eye, it's begun. Something so amazing, you ask yourself, is this possible? It takes hard work. It takes vision and imagination and the courage to do something that has never been done. What it takes is sheer will and uncompromising belief. This is a mission to build a metropolis and create a new culture. This is a foundation that will stand for generations to come. And this is the destination and dream that is our destiny. It's about today and tomorrow. It's about bringing people together from all over the world. It's about knowing that where you are going, you will not be alone. And it's about taking life slowly, one step at a time. This is the experience that is Destiny USA.
This is my favorite part. This is a staple of the mall, back when it used to be called the Carousel Center. It was made in the city of Philadelphia.
Above all else, Nick loved the carousel the most. I think it was the root of his love for the mall. He thought of it as an escape, but to me, it seemed like he was just going around in circles. I wondered if Nick's connection with the mall was unique. So, I had him share his story with some other mall goers.
Hey guys, what's up? My name's Nick.
What's up, man?
Malcolm.
I'm Isaiah.
Isaiah? Awesome, nice to meet you guys. Tom and Brian, the tag team.
Yeah, could be.
So guys, the reason we're making this documentary is this morning at the food court, I proposed to my girlfriend.
Really?
Oh, congratulations!
And she broke up with me.
Oh.
Well, unfortunately, guys, she broke up with me.
You serious?
Yeah. She said no, and she dumped me.
You got on one knee in front of everybody?
Yeah, and she broke up with me in front of
You got it on camera?
Yeah. I'll be the loud.
You proposed to her,
Yeah.
and she broke up with you because you love them all too much.
That's it.
Oh man,
Proposed to her here.
oh
So you think
man,
that's messed up?
that's man. You should love it. You should want to come here. It's awesome.
It's awesome,
yeah.
right?
And you did it in front of a lot of people.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna be like
I know.
touched, and she wasn't.
Man.
I think it sucks. I say you go find your best friend and hook up with her.
Are you lonely? Are you sad? Why are you crying? How are you still happy? Why do you smile?
Because I'm here. I love it here. It's normal to love the mall, right?
Of course.
One of the coolest places there is.
Yep.
I keep saying that there's more to Syracuse than this mall, that I should be going out around town more.
If that's the case, why do out-of-town people come here?
Yes.
People from Canada coming up here, you know?
This place is so awesome that you came all the way from Ottawa, Canada to Syracuse, New York.
Yeah.
This is where I go to be in my own little world.
Yeah, that's
and,
it.
and I'm always happy here. I love it. You know, you think it's one of the best places ever?
Yes, it definitely is.
It's amazing, right?
Yes.
I mean, when I think Syracuse, I think Destiny USA. There's nothing else I really want to do here. Don't you think it's like one of the best things Syracuse really has?
Yeah, yes, it is.
But this is like our spot. Like we had our first date here, you know?
What was she? Was she Puerto Rican?
She was like me, this way looking.
Well, I mean, she was a blonde head. Of course, we know how blonde heads are.
You're not a good person. He could do better. I know he could. So,
There you go.
you know, and there's a lot more fish in the sea. Don't forget that.
Why don't we hang out sometime when we're here? Like, I screw up. I told you I'm working.
We
but,
should.
Like, you know, I hang out with people.
Maybe you can be my rebound girl.
No, what? What? You are pathetic. You.
I really
Cold,
appreciate
windy, snowy nights in the winter in central New York. Yeah, you're going to be alone. Instead, you should be with him. But now you're out by yourself. So snooze, you lose, honey.
Because when you single, you don't gotta worry about nothing. You're a free man. You can do what you want to. You can go as you come. You can eat as you please, sleep as you please. You don't gotta worry about her looking through your phone when you sleep. You know what I'm saying? You can do anything you want to. I'm keeping it real.
Do something nice.
Like prove to her that the mall is awesome and she's wrong.
No, don't be selfish. Find out what her favorite place is and go there. Meet halfway. You know, a relationship works by meeting halfway.
Now, Nick told me that he's been interning at the Pyramid Corporation, which developed Destiny USA, every summer since he was 10. He swears that a man named Bob Conjal, the founder of Pyramid, is God himself. We asked Nick if we could talk to Bob, but Nick said it wasn't likely. He did, however, get an interview with his boss, David Aikens, the PR executive. I couldn't believe my luck in getting an interview with an executive from Pyramid, a company not known for its transparency. This was our chance to go beyond the marketing and learn something interesting.
What's your favorite thing about the mall?
To me, it's the diversity of experiences that we offer. Being able to incorporate the entertainment, the dining, the outlets under the same roof with a very successful shopping destination. What was Carousel Center for 22 years, we morphed into Destiny. Having the ability in Syracuse, New York, which is the 81st largest community in the country, to have the 6th largest facility of its kind, attract more than 25 million people last year, is incredibly exciting. Syracuse is a prime location for call it a mega project, because there are 130 million people who live within a day's drive. There are college students, 215,000 of them, in our trade area that we go after.
The Canadian population is growing.
It is.
So can you tell me about Robert Conjal?
He's a visionary. He's an entrepreneur willing to take risks. Comes to my mind that he started with a $175 loan in a pickup truck and was successful in developing over 25 million square feet of shopping center space.
Malls across America are failing. Destiny USA is not failing.
So it's an unparalleled experience. So we're looking at, hey, what am I going to do this weekend? And, I might go have dinner at P.F. Chang's or Cantina Laredo, and then you've got them in the door, and then they can spend more time.
I'd had enough of the sales pitch. I knew that Destiny couldn't be perfect. So I interrupted and asked David myself if there has been any controversy over the mall's development. It quickly became apparent that I should not have asked that question. But David humored us with this response.
A very good question. I think people are very happy with the result. It's interesting. Someone inside on our development team would say, well, it might be controversial now. When we open the doors, the community will own the project. And that came full circle and is absolutely true.
Yeah, a lot of projects throughout history meet controversy, and then like the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Without a doubt, there are a number of them.
Coming out of there, it felt like we were only scratching the surface. I knew there had to be more to the story.
Man, I wish everyone was more like David Aitken. That guy was just so cool and down to earth and relatable. Yeah. And I really wish Hannah was more like David Aitken. I mean, he would have understood my dream, Here's the crazy part. Hannah didn't even want to live out in the suburbs in Manlius. She wanted to live here, downtown.
This really doesn't look that bad to me.
You need to see Manlius.
Well, why don't we check it out?
Yeah, we should.
All right. Yo, guys, cut it out.
Welcome to Manlius. Got your lawns. Every house has at least 2 garages. I mean, I don't know why everyone doesn't live out here downtown. Can you believe that? When you could have this?
Where do you think most of these people work?
Probably in the city. Yeah, I used to cut that guy's lawn when I was a kid. Paid me $100 an hour. It was a pretty good gig. Poor person lives in that house. Hey, Marge. I don't like the houses that only have 1 garage. That's so gross to me. I mean, you need more than 1 garage.
No sidewalk.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't really walk here. That one over there. That's my house. That's how air is supposed to smell. Welcome to Manlius. This is where dreams are lived. That beautiful peach back there is my house. This is how every house should look. You got 1 garage there and another garage there.
I'm cutting Nick off here just because he once again pointed out the beauty of a house with multiple garages. At this point, I had a feeling that things were getting interesting, but I wasn't prepared for what I was about to see.
Well, here it is, the old stomping grounds.
This is quite a place. Very nice.
Yeah.
And the posters, I recognize them all. That's what it's like today.
That's like it today. That's what it's going to look like probably in a few years.
All right. Who is this, though? I don't think I've ever seen this person before.
You're kidding me, right?
No. Sorry.
That is Bob. That's Bob Conjal.
Oh, Bob.
He founded the Pyramid Corporation in 1970. He developed Destiny USA. He's developed 15 malls that are currently running. His corporation makes about $5 billion a year. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Dang.
He's probably the coolest guy in America.
He's had quite an impact on your life?
Yeah, actually. My first fight with Hannah was about Bob. I was a little more sensitive than usual.
It's fine.
Then why do you seem so upset? I mean...
I just can't believe you want to work for him.
Wait. Him. Like Bob Conjal.
You're being misled, Nick.
Give me one reason why Bob Conjal
is not the savior of Syracuse.
Because he tricked the city and county into giving him hundreds of millions of dollars in tax breaks. He's just a greedy businessman.
I think Ayn Rand, actually no, I'm sure
No.
Ayn Rand said, and you are sure too, because I know I've told you this,
Yes.
that wealth is the product of man's capacity to think. So we're punishing Bob Conjul because he's a thinker.
Syracuse is a city crippled by debt. That money could be going into things like school districts or infrastructure, things that actually matter, not TGI Fridays and laser tag.
Hannah, the city does need the mall, okay? Just like I need a 2-car garage, and just like you, for some reason, need a minor in gender studies. Hey, I don't care what Hannah says. I freaking love the guy. Every day when I wake up, I give Bob a nice little smooch. Mwah. I love you, Bobby. I'll take you to my favorite picture of him. Riding the carousel. He's like a little kid. He's got the heart of a kid. That's what I love about him. He cares, you know? Mwah. 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 Oh, yes! My mom got them. Awesome. We're gonna need these today.
Hell yeah, you're gonna get her back, dude. You got this.
Yeah.
All right, we're all set here. I'm feeling pretty good about this material. Now all we have to do is go to Bob's. We all ready? You ready? Oh, come on. Please, guys. Sign. Bob lives pretty close to you, right?
Yeah, he actually lives just beyond that house over there. He's my neighbor.
You know him?
I've never actually met him, but I do like to stop by his house at least once a week.
Wait, really? Why? Why? Yeah.
Well, I want to be like Bob when I grow up. This is one of my favorite spots to come out and think. It's one of the best views of Bob Conjul's house. I can spend hours just looking at it. Really puts my mind at peace.
It's cool that I pull into his driveway.
Yeah, I've never gotten in trouble for it before. We're in Bob Conjul's driveway. We can get out here.
So these are definitely not for your girlfriend.
My girlfriend? Well, Caleb, I think I'm building a bulletproof case here.
Your girlfriend is definitely the crazy one.
Yeah. You know, she wasn't always so crazy. The mall is the great equalizer. It has brought everyone together. Rich, poor, ugly, fat, smart, white, black.
But you have no idea the kinds of inequalities that exist in the very city you grew up around.
Really, Hannah? Inequalities.
Nick, there are over 1,850 vacant homes in this city. The Syracuse School District had a 51% graduation rate this year. Fayetteville Manlius, 98%. 47% of the city's children live below the poverty line.
Okay, Hannah, you succeeded in reciting a bunch of numbers. I don't see that Syracuse. What are you talking about?
Have you ever even ventured across I-81?
Ew. No. Why would I do that?
Exactly. It separates the city's wealthiest and poorest communities. Syracuse is terribly segregated, and you would never know it.
Hannah, I don't know who filled your mind with all these ridiculous ideas.
You need to take a class that isn't in the business school. Minorities are still oppressed in this country.
You know, Hannah, I think Ayn Rand said this one the best. Actually, I'm completely positive that Ayn Rand said this the best. She said that the smallest minority on earth is the individual. And those who deny the individual's rights cannot claim to be defenders of minorities. So.
Okay, Nick.
You know, come to think of it, it was those SU professors. I think SU really changed her.
Well, let's head to SU then. Our goal is simple. Talk to some typical Syracuse students on a typical Syracuse day to figure out what happened to Hannah.
What do you like about the city? What do you like about the area?
The weather, it's great.
We just love the snow.
Around Syracuse?
Yeah.
I mean, I stay mostly on the hill.
The city of Syracuse?
Yeah.
That's kind of like dead.
I don't think the city has much else but the university. I'm from Chicago, so this isn't a city to me, I think.
I mean, I'm not like thrilled about the city. I don't know. I've gotten used to it.
Do you like the city?
No, I don't go there much. Like, the city doesn't really have too much. We could improve on our city.
Yeah, I don't really go out unless
I feel like there's like a big difference between like rich people and poor people. I feel there's a big disparity.
Yeah.
Really? In the city of Syracuse. Yeah.
There's lots of poverty.
There's lots of poverty.
Weird. You said you go to the mall though.
Yeah.
Nick was happy to hear the mall mentioned.
Yeah.
And isn't that like the most wonderful place ever?
It really is. I think it's like so big, and
It's like the one thing Syracuse
you can escape from school and go to the mall and act like it's real life.
Do you like the mall? What do you like to do at the mall?
Yeah, all the time.
I've been to the mall a few times. I like the mall. I like to shop.
I've been to the mall. The mall's huge, so you can kind of just waste all your time there.
I go to the mall sometimes. I like the mall.
What do you like about the mall?
It's big. It has a lot of stores.
You don't ever go downtown or to the mall or anything?
Well, I go to the mall. I actually work at the mall, so I'm there like all the time.
I mean, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of stores.
How about the malls?
Oh, we were there
That's part
yesterday.
of the city.
Yeah, we were there yesterday. It was really nice.
What were you guys doing there?
What? We were shopping. Okay, sorry guys. Yeah, it was nice. We went to eat dinner and like we were shopping for a little bit, but that was about it. Those are my best friends.
Hey guys. I'll see you guys later at the house.
Oh, you're a bike?
Yeah.
Oh!
Nick wanted to test out a theory. He thought that the mall was great enough that it would keep Syracuse students in the area.
Could you guys see yourselves living here after you graduate?
No, I won't go back.
No.
No?
No.
I'm gonna be honest, probably not. Yeah.
Not at all?
I don't see myself living here after.
I don't know. I probably just would move on elsewhere.
I don't know. I like living in a bigger city, so probably not.
Being a product designer, there's really no opportunities in Syracuse for that stuff.
No?
I don't think so. I feel like I like bigger cities, so.
As of now, that's not the plan.
I want to go back to California.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nick felt that the students on campus were holding back. So he went to Euclid Avenue, where he thought people would be a little more honest.
The city has a lot to offer. Things that aren't
Although these students were certainly more enthusiastic, it was a little hard to keep up with them. So in the spirit of Jane Goodall, Nick assimilated.
So, how do you guys like it around here? How do you like the city of Syracuse?
The weather's great. Weather's beautiful.
More weather jokes, huh? Nick wasn't getting anywhere.
Here's the thing. There's like the suburbs where like people live.
You say it's a shithole. You say it's on the come on.
It's polarized from the university.
There's Syracuse University, and then there's Armory Square. And Armory Square is just a few blocks of really good restaurants.
But don't you guys think that the Destiny USA Mall is like the best thing at Syracuse?
The mall is the worst place
attraction in
in
Central New York.
Thank you. Yeah, the mall is amazing.
It is actually.
Why?
It was good to see Nick make a friend.
You can do everything.
The mall is like, I get anxiety every time I go there.
Cantina Laredo, the best, I think the most authentic.
Most authentic. It's right next to Taco Bell.
Yes.
Do you think the mall should be the most recognized place in Syracuse?
I think the mall is where Syracuse gets its identity from.
That's a horrible fact.
You guys see yourselves staying in this city after you graduate?
No. For sure.
Absolutely not. No.
The reason I love Destiny USA is because it makes my girlfriend happy.
That reminded Nick of something.
You know what? Your poster at the mall. Your poster at the mall. She dumped me. She dumped me because I love the mall too much.
Isn't that weird?
That's a problem for her, okay? If a guy's going to the mall for their significant other, you gotta appreciate that.
No!
chains on that bitch. Boy, silly quick, broke niggas wanna check shit tight, no stick. Just bought a Cadillac. Put some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac. Put some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac.
They're more fish in the sea, baby.
Wanna check shit tight, no slick. Just bought a Cadillac. Put some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac. Put some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac.
Money, car, clothes, hoes, motherfucking diamonds on my motherfucking toes. Shoot it in your thing, trick, slip it up your nose.
The only thing that worried me more than Nick's blood alcohol level was getting this documentary done. We had to get out of there.
I don't think interviewing drunk people was that educational, though. I don't know if there's a lot of substance there. I mean, who should we be really talking to?
I feel like there's got to be some experts that know about urban economics and mall development that we should be talking about. People that understand Syracuse's dilemma right now.
Like who? Like where would we find people like that?
So we went back to SU. This was my last chance to make this documentary legitimate.
As an urban planner, to what degree would you agree with this statement? Destiny USA is the greatest thing that has ever happened to Syracuse.
I mean, I don't agree that it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to Syracuse.
This is Emmanuel Carter, professor in the landscape architecture program at SUNY ESF, as well as a former urban planner for the city of Syracuse.
I do think that it was probably an inevitable thing that might happen to Syracuse.
So you think that Syracuse is a city that has inequality in it?
Oh, absolutely.
This is Keisha Decree, chair of the African American Studies Department at Syracuse University. Her research focuses on race, class, and gender stratification.
The city of Syracuse and the surrounding area, so the metropolitan area that is Syracuse and Onondaga County, is one of the most segregated metropolitan statistical areas in the United States. Last I checked, it was number 8.
I don't know much about the history of Syracuse, but to me, it's kind of entering into a golden age with the development of Destiny USA.
The story of Syracuse really starts with salt.
This is Dennis Connors, passionate historian at the Onondaga Historical Association.
Salt back in the early 19th century, late 18th, early 19th century was an extremely valuable commodity. Eventually the salt industry would peter out, competition from other sources of salt. But it provided the financial wherewithal for other industries to get established.
Many people think that Syracuse is a kind of typical Rust Belt city. That is, it was a city that really flourished during the Industrial Revolution.
One of the big industries was typewriters, believe it or not. This was one of the largest centers for manufacturing typewriters. There was a lot of agricultural equipment that was manufactured. The Franklin automobile was built here, the most successful air-cooled automobile in the nation that was ever made. After World War II, there's this great change in America.
Our second great migration in the United States, not east to west, but city to suburb.
The American dream was, this house with a picket fence and space. So cities are kind of limited in space, right? It is what it is, right? So where else can you go but to move out if you want a house with a garage and a picket fence? You have to tend to move out to the suburbs. The government made that dream possible with extended loans. We call federal FHA loans. So people were able to get reasonable loans with great terms to make those dreams possible.
So that's great. The government helped everyone move out of the city.
Absolutely not. So those loans were only available to white families.
It shows all the wounds that come from having made that migration. The abandonment of industrial properties, the turn to a service economy, the sort of gutting of the middle class because people can't earn a solid living doing manufacturing.
The population of Syracuse peaks in 1950, the city's population.
Population loss, hence the tax base loss. So local government has been increasingly unable to provide high-quality goods and services. And it becomes a cycle in not being able to provide high-quality goods and services, fewer people elect to live there. The Brookings Institution says that the most prolific sprawl in the United States that is taking place without population increase. So it means you're asking people to move from this part of the region over to that part of the region. This empties out, this fills up, okay, is Central New York.
If your grandfather bought a house and he used a federally subsidized loan that black families did not have access to, this house that he bought in 1955 or 1962 is still owned by that family and all that investment by that family. And that black family at the same time who did not have access to that does not have the same lineage of investment. So there really becomes this class and race divide during suburbanization and white flight.
We're sort of in the middle of a pattern where people choose to live in the suburbs.
There's a whole incorporation movement where these suburbs then break away from the city to become their own municipalities.
Until they fail, then they move to the next outer layer. Until they fail, and then they go to the next outer layer. Every move costing local government more money.
Then you have the infrastructure then catering to those suburban communities. Once you have families out there, you need highways that bring them to and from the city.
The city's at a juncture, of course, where it's making a couple of big decisions. For example, what do we do about the viaduct of Interstate 81?
I-81 was built as a consequence of privileging voices of people from outside and the ease of their lives and the success of their businesses.
You're probably wondering why they're talking about the history of Syracuse in a movie about the mall. Well, it's more important than you think, and it's definitely more important than Nick ever thought. But that'll come later. Let's get back to Destiny.
So Rick, you're a business journalist and you've been covering the mall beat since the early 90s. Why don't you go through the history of the mall from Carousel to Destiny?
That area where the mall was built, it was called the Marley Scrapyard.
Now here is Rick Moriarty, business reporter for the Syracuse Post-Standard and author of, well, almost all of our research.
It was one ugly place, right at the northern entrance to the city on Interstate 81. It was not pretty, and it was surrounded by above-ground oil storage tanks.
It sits in a location that really is a very historic location for Syracuse's identity and Central New York's identity. An area that was where some of the first salt manufacturing occurred, birthplace of the Haudenosaunee or the Iroquois Confederacy. And so that lakefront area turns from salt industry, solar evaporating sheds, to this oil city.
People thought he was crazy. He said, why would you want to build a mall in a scrapyard? But he was a smart man. He had a lot of experience building malls, and he knew that that location was a good one for him.
From your perspective, what was kind of the philosophy between getting behind this project and doing this public-private partnership?
Employment, cleaning up an area of ubiquitous contamination, improving the visual environment, although some people argue that a mall isn't exactly attractive.
Aha! Vito Ciancioli, the former vice chairman of the Syracuse Industrial Development Agency, a key player in the negotiations between Syracuse and Destiny USA.
But I mean, there's a lot of reasons for wanting to do this thing from our point of view. You know, one thing you learn in the business is that the government can talk a great game, but in fact of the matter is the power is really with the private sector. Without private investment, things didn't happen. We had a private developer who wanted to make things happen. He wanted assistance.
He's used to talking to suburban towns who are usually defenseless, okay? We're the only city he ever really had a good conversation with because we were defenseless, okay? He knew it. He had a bold idea that would make him a lot of money and not necessarily do a lot for us. And we bought the product.
Yeah, he's not a guy that ever took no for an answer. He asked for generous tax breaks, and he did get them.
And so, in 1987, Bob was able to build his first mall, Carousel, with the help of a public-private partnership that gave him a 15-year property tax exemption.
When he got to year 14, he tried to sell the mall to anybody that would take it. Given the rate at which malls are failing across the country, though, no smart developer wanted to take it. So he then starts this process of promising to move from the concept of Carousel Mall to Destiny USA.
It was spectacular and huge and would have cost billions of dollars to build. And that's what he sold the 30-year plan on.
And so, Bob asks for another tax break, this time for 30 years. Expiring in 2037.
30 years was unprecedented. That's not normally. Normally these tax breaks go for, 10, 15 years. This one was going to go 30 years. And remember, you're talking about a city that's strapped for cash. And this was probably one of the single most valuable pieces of privately owned property in the city. And that's not always an easy pitch. You had to convince people that it wasn't a mall. You go down there and you look at it, it's a mall. But you had to tell them that it was something much bigger.
Escape indoors. Explore your world. Perfect your game. Challenge your body. Indulge your senses. Discover your past. Live your fantasies. Give into temptation. Broaden your style. Destiny USA is a resort destination with over 400 world-class retailers and activities, 30 restaurants and cafes, and 4,000 hotel rooms. The name Destiny and what it represents will extend well beyond the structural boundaries of Destiny USA. Destiny will be the unifying name under which all of upstate New York will be defined, branded, and promoted to the world. Destiny will be promoted using a $30 million state marketing fund and a $7 million county fund. A mutually beneficial marketing plan derived from these funds will encourage Destiny USA visitors to tour a region rich with man-made attractions and natural wonders. A one-of-a-kind multi-million-dollar tourism center located in Destiny USA will be the heart of this dedicated effort. It will act as the place to market, manage, and inform visitors of the wonders of New York State. This showplace will help turn upstate New York into the #1 tourism region in the country. Destiny is a region, a people, and a vision for the future. Grand opening, summer 2004. It is your destiny. Destiny USA. Nothing like it in the world.
Just quantity and size would have made it an attractive feature. People would come from outside the region, not just churn in local dollars on the retail establishments or going to the movies. We're talking about bringing cash in. Nevertheless, public policy, you're taking tax dollars, but would otherwise have been tax dollars, and you're using it, what, to build the mall? What are you, crazy?
As far as I'm concerned, when that conversation starts, somebody should say, no, you're being a rapist. Let's get you out of here, okay? So, but local government had no way to defend themselves. They didn't have the proper staff to say no. They didn't have the political guts to say no.
Frankly, I knew what the economics were. This project never, the expansion would never have gotten built without this method of financing. Never happened.
The 30-year tax exemption is worth an estimated $600 million. This, combined with the enrollment in the New York State Empire Zone program and a federal green bonds program, allowed pyramid companies to receive a value of $703.6 million, making the developer number 20 on the list of top 100 parent companies to receive government subsidies. The cost of the project? $561 million.
He did have to promise a certain minimum square footage. Well, he built that certain minimum square footage, and he has not built any more. Then he announced, I'm not going to build any more.
There are times when you want to give people a tax break because they are such an economic stimulant, or social stimulant, or some other kind of stimulant. Okay, that might be worth it. But think of how many people who want to do legitimate business every day go for a permit, and they get nothing from their host community. They have to pay the real cost of doing business. Okay, they have to take a real chance on their investment. By not asking that major developer to pay their taxes, we have less money for bridges, sewers, roads, wiring, piping, water treatment, waste treatment, school districts.
I'm not quite sure that putting your marbles into a mall is the best economic development strategy for a city.
So where should a city put its money?
If I were a city
Say you
mayor,
had $560 million. Where would you put it?
I would definitely put it towards education, business incubators. Yeah, I would invest in people and not buildings.
you'll find that as Destiny was opened and then expanded, the number of retail jobs really did not increase. They just got divided up. People shifted their shopping patterns. We had a lot of other malls close. Before Destiny was built, you had Pencam Mall in Cicero, you had the Marketplace Mall next to it, you had the Fayetteville Mall in Fayetteville, you had the Camillus Mall out in Camillus, and all of those malls failed.
Of course, the other argument is, oh, these are hamburger flipper jobs, you know. Well, a lot of people piece together work today. I can't, you know, we have to deal with the world as it is.
If you work 7.5 hours a day and have no insurance, you are not living. You're in an alternative reality in the United States. So, and if I have several hundred of you doing that, then I just simply got an army of people who are unarmed.
This is what he could do, and this is what he did. And if people can piece together living by part-time jobs and that the work they get there, or working there and they got some kind of income and got some kind of work, why am I so snobbish to think that that's a bad thing?
I mean, a lot of money actually leaves the community with retail. People think, well, they have the jobs, but most of that money spent there goes to buy the merchandise, and most of that merchandise is not made here. Just because you have more stores in the area doesn't mean people are going to shop more or spend more. And you know, quite honestly, most money spent at a retail store is not really generating a lot of economic activity for the community, as opposed to, say, a manufacturer. A lot of that money will stay in the area.
He can't create enough jobs to offset the tax break he's getting. We gave the land away, and we gave away the lifeblood of any community, you know, whether it's urban, suburban, or rural. We gave away our tax base.
Has this been successful for the developer?
Well, the answer is he certainly isn't closing. So I'd say it was pretty good for them.
Syracuse seems to continue to invest in, if they build it, they will come. And I don't think that's kind of a 21st century model of development.
Well, it's not what we what was promised. I don't think it ever will be, but it's certainly a impressive shopping experience.
Well, looks like you sobered up.
Yeah.
I just got off the phone with Honorable Clede Bay, councilman for the city of Syracuse. He's willing to talk to you if you want to go down to the highway.
He's at the highway? I-81?
Right under it.
I don't know if beautiful qualifies, but this is the viaduct for Interstate 81. Built just about 50 years ago. And now this primary subject of discussion here in the city for its removal. The removal I'm looking forward to, actually.
So right here, I can see on one side of the highway, you have SUNY Upstate facilities. What are these homes on the other side?
This is Pioneer Homes. Called Pioneer Homes because it was the first housing project, which is where it gets its name from.
So Syracuse has the first ever housing project in America.
In the country.
Each step brought Nick closer to the world on the other side of I-81. I could see he felt uncomfortable, but something must have changed in Nick during those interviews.
What kind of impact does a development like Destiny USA have on the community?
Destiny is essentially retail. You know, the construction is short-term. It is a great sales tax generator, but Destiny won't resurrect the city. It won't improve our condition.
If you had been a politician at that time, if you had been in office, would you have gone along with this project?
They should have never signed that contract. Government is charged to watch to make sure people don't beat you upside your head. So government, in my opinion, dropped the ball. We've given away the farm. That's why everybody complained about Destiny. That's why everybody complained about tax credits, because they're not demanding anything respectable back from the people who are getting them. We can't keep doing economic development efforts that at best make the buildings look better.
If you had these property taxes, where would that money go?
Right in these cracked sidewalks and bumpy roads that we're tripping over. You know, the most important public programs in government, schools, healthcare, and roads and infrastructure. Those are your three primary public programs.
So if I lived here, would I feel as though the city was invested in me as opposed to if I lived in Manlius?
No. When 64% of your workforce in the city comes from outside the city.
Is this the case?
Yes. Only 33% of the workforce lives in the city.
Do the people who make their money inside the city and live outside the city, do their tax dollars go back into the city?
No, your tax dollars stay in the municipality where you live. The county gets your money, but when the county collects your money, that goes back to you. Just think our police department. 92% of our police officers don't live here. Some of them making upwards of $100,000 a year. And they take that $100,000 income and they go back to Henrietta, New York, or Oswego, and they spend it there. We have, for our police department, $32 million a year leaving the economy. Wow. For our fire department, $18 million a year leaving. Just think about if even a portion of them lived in the city, what it would do to improve our tax base.
Earlier this morning, I proposed to my girlfriend in the food court of the mall. But she said no.
Her loss. Well, you know, it's funny, man. I just wrote a book on relationships.
Really?
I've published seven books, and that was the last one I just published. You might need to read it. To be able to understand that everybody has the right to choose, right?
Yeah.
Even if their choice is not me. You know, it's a serious thing, man, to be able to get yourself in the point where you legitimately respect the person's choice. Legitimately. That means there's no selfishness there. Your choice is your choice for your purposes. My choice is my choice for my purposes. The average person who breaks up with somebody and then wants them back, whether you dumped them or was the dumpee, does it for selfish reasons.
I could see it on Nick's face. Something just clicked.
Do you ever even go downtown, where the real city is, and the young people are starting to live again?
Why would I ever go to this city? I mean, there's no privacy. Look, I think Ayn Rand said this. Oh, wait. I'm absolutely sure Ayn Rand said this.
Oh, okay.
Civilization is the progress towards a society of privacy. The savage's entire existence is public, ruled by the laws of his tribe. Civilization is the process of setting man free from men.
Stop quoting Ayn Rand, Nick.
You want me to stop quoting Ayn Rand?
Yes.
Nick and Bay spent some more time in the park together, discussing the intricacies of relationships. Bay's advice had an impact on Nick.
Nick put aside his selfishness, and we went downtown.
I hate this place so much, man. I've never spent more than like 3 minutes down here. Let's go on a tour of the worst place in America, downtown Syracuse. Oh, a fountain. That's supposed to impress me? City Hall, where all the citiots make their stupid city policies to try to regulate my life. Dinosaur barbecue's overrated. Doesn't even come close to Toby Keith's I Love This Bar and Grill.
Nick told me he felt nauseous and disgusted by the city. He needed to know what the hell it was people saw in this place.
What are you doing downtown on a day like this?
Well, we're just visiting because we're from Canada and we're just like... Why wouldn't we be down here?
Saturday, chilling.
Having lunch, enjoying the weather.
Enjoying the weather.
We wanted to be outside. And see the life of Syracuse.
The life of Syracuse is the mall.
The mall's boring. The mall is too limited. This is more niche. It's more like, I don't know, special in its own way.
I never go to the mall, man.
The mall is like, it's the mall. It's nothing special.
Oh yeah, I'd rather spend my money here. No, but this is more like local and like cute, other than the mall.
Local.
Cute.
Guys, do yourselves a favor and go to the mall. No. This isn't even a chain. Like, how do you even know if it's good or not if there isn't more than one of them? You'd rather support these like weird businesses than places like TGI Fridays.
Is this the nice stores here? Yeah.
I don't see it.
About supporting local business.
We love local. Yeah, we do.
You gotta keep
100%.
It's actually one of the more alluring factors. Is that it's just that and not a chain. That's what sets it apart. What?
Oh my God.
You're more into the old big chains.
What is it? You guys ever been to Arby's before? You moved downtown from Manlius?
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. I don't understand. You were handed this beautiful, you know, the American dream, the suburbs, the greatest place in the world.
That was provided by the mom and pops.
Yeah, and you turned your back on them. Why do you want to live downtown?
Why? Look around, man.
Yeah.
There's beautiful
places. This is disgusting.
There's great people.
So you like closed doors.
I like
heavily controlled
at
weather. Yeah.
You guys are ruining America. Cities just scare me.
Jesus.
Good.
Yeah, you Canadians are swarming all over the place.
Well, we help your economy, so there you go.
Thanks.
I have no words for you.
I have no words for you.
Well,
you guys are European, so I guess it makes sense.
What are you looking for exactly for yourself? Other than a woman that'll marry you.
In a food court.
Yeah. What?
I want privacy.
Food establishment.
I want
exactly
convenience.
ask her
I want to
instead
drive on the highway. I want to park my car in a parking lot.
That's
and I
so
want to go
sad.
into a mall.
Sad.
Hey Nick, guess what?
What?
I just got off the phone with Bob Doucette, the lead developer of Armory Square. And guess what?
What?
You're going to interview him in about 5 minutes.
When I think of a great development, I think Destiny USA.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you develop Destiny USA?
I have no interest in it.
You don't love the mall.
No, I don't love any malls.
What in particular?
I don't like I don't like isolated uses in particular. I like integrated uses. So the city is the perfect forum for me because it integrates different kinds of uses like retail, like living, like offices, and it brings people together. It takes them out of their automobile and allows them to interact as human beings.
The mall
like
does
to do.
that. The mall?
It really doesn't. It's a single purpose. It's a single purpose kind of use. It's a place that is really surrounded by parking lots. It's a very isolated and isolating experience.
I don't find the city particularly attractive.
I'm sorry you don't like it.
I do like Syracuse.
Oh, you do like Syracuse?
Well, the mall is within the city limits.
It is. You're right.
So I do like Syracuse.
Okay.
I'd just say that the downtown area, you know, it's not my cup of tea.
I'm sorry. We're trying. What would make it your cup of tea?
If a glass dome were built around it and there were air conditioning and heating and, you know, go-kart racing, and if, I don't know, like what kind of possibilities, what is that? You know, where's the Arby's? Where's the P.F. Chang's? Where's the TGI Fridays?
Well, they're all at the mall.
Don't you think it was worth it for the city to help Destiny USA with that development?
No, I don't.
Do you know Bob Condrell?
I don't.
Have you ever met him?
No, I don't think I ever have.
Are you jealous of him?
No, I'm not jealous of him.
Not at all?
No. No.
I aspire to be like Bob Condrell.
I wish you well. I hope you... Do you know Bob?
No,
Oh.
I've never met him, but I do live just across the way from his home in Manlius.
Well, you should go knock on his door.
I tried, but I can't get past the gate.
Well, I'm sure he'd be willing to talk to somebody who's as passionate about the mall business as you are.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Right across the street.
You're pulling my leg.
Look under the table. I swear I'm not pulling anything. You should try it. I can arrange that for you.
I would never. If you built an apartment on top of Destiny USA, maybe I would consider it.
Well, ask Bob.
Do you care about the environment at all?
Yes, I do.
Destiny USA is the quintessential monument for environmentalism. And it has made Central New York a green capital.
The only thing I would just ask is, how about all the thousands of cars that go there and travel there and use gasoline and...
People are going to drive anyway.
No, not if they live in the city. And we had shopping in the city, they wouldn't have to drive anywhere. Living in the city is the greenest, actually, kind of living you can do, because...
I don't see any grass here. I don't see any lawns.
Well,
Manlius is the greenest. My lifestyle is, I have a garden. You know, I have a lawn. I breathe fresh air every day. I'm the environmentalist.
But it is the most sustainable, not in terms of the color green, but in terms of its sustainability. We use a lot less energy because we don't get in our cars.
Nick told Bob about what happened this morning. Bob reacted quite sympathetically, even offering Hannah a message.
Nick?
Yes, Nicholas.
Nick, he seems like a good guy. What's your girlfriend's name?
Hannah.
Hannah. Nick seems like a good guy. Give him another shot. Give him another shot. Maybe he'll take you downtown. Possibilities. Knowing what you've given up, you're willing to do that, aren't you?
This is fucking bullshit, man. That guy's a liar. It's not real.
Calm down.
I gotta go.
Where?
You know where I gotta go. And so I ran. I ran away from the city. I ran away from Caleb and Sahan and Kay. I ran away from Doucette. I didn't care anymore. Not about the documentary, not about proving I was right, not even about Hannah. I just needed something. Something to remind me who I was. I needed destiny. Sure, I'd heard some bad things, some convincing arguments, but that doesn't matter when you feel lonely and scared and you just want someone or something to reassure you, to tell you it's all gonna be alright. I would lose myself in the jungle. I would prance on burning hot coals, climb any mountain, no matter how tall. Just to see it. Oh, destiny, light of my life, you complete me. And your warm embrace, it's worth everything. Finally, I reached the carousel, my home. I located my steed. I sat and I waited. I waited for the magical carousel to take me back to a time when I was young, happy, full of innocence. And for a time, as the carousel turned, I was lost in this world of youth and dreams. But reality sunk back in. The carousel slowed down. I looked at my surroundings. I wasn't in Destiny USA. I was just in another mall. Hannah, where are you? We gotta talk.
Nick, it's over. I found someone else.
Who's that, babe?
Oh, it's no one.
What? Hannah, it's been 6 hours.
Tinder.
Okay, where are you?
I'm at the place you never took me.
Where's that?
Of course you'd forget. You once promised me that you'd take me out in your canoe and we'd have lunch in the park by the lake. Driving there, you changed your mind, and we went to the mall and played mini golf and then had dinner at Toby Keith's. I love this bar and grill.
Yeah. And you know what, Hannah? It was probably one of the best freaking dates ever. I don't get why you love nature so much. You know, nature's for animals. I think Ayn Rand said this the best. Hannah! Hannah! Is Hannah part of my destiny? I'm not sure. I'm gonna respect her choice, like Bae said. I'm gonna show her that I've changed. I'm gonna show her that I'm a new man. I'm gonna take her to possibilities.
Oh, Nick, you're so much cuter than the other Nick.
I know, babe.
No.
Who is that guy?
It's other Nick.
Hannah.
What are you doing here?
Hannah, I've changed. Look, I just went on the craziest adventure, and I know that now that I'm wrong, and that you're right. I know that I've been closed-minded and selfish. I haven't seen your side, Hannah, and I'm ready to do that now.
Nick, no, it's over. You're not gonna change.
No, I will change. I will. Maybe we won't get married, and maybe we won't live in the suburbs. I'll get an apartment downtown, and we'll go to the farmer's market every Sunday. I'll take you to Possibilities, Hannah. Possibilities.
No, I found another Nick.
What's up, dude?
He brews his own beer.
But I love you.
No, Nick, I'm sorry. I don't love you anymore. This isn't a movie. You need to leave. Please go.
Okay. Okay. I'll go.
Tough break, man.
Wait, babe. Will you marry me?
Of course. I love you.
Oh, that's so cute.
Wait. Babe, will you marry me?
I thought you'd never ask.
Guys, come on.
I guess Hannah was right. This isn't a movie. It's a documentary.